hair's dirty. My shirt's a mess. You got a little mess that my dogs have made right there that I got to clean up in a second. But I decided to record this video because I need to get this video out. This is going to be a little bit of a different video than what usually happens on Fridays, and that's because I make the Friday videos and I got slammed with a lot of overtime this week, a lot of mandatory overtime this week, so this can't be a regular Friday video, but I still wanted to get something out there, both consistency wise and just to give you guys something. The video I wanted to make is just a little chat. As you see, it says Jackie Speaks, and Jackie Speaks. I believe I got the model. I got a motto from a content creator that I quite enjoy. I watch a lot of. If you like wrestling content, pro wrestling content, Chris Van Vliet. If you like pro wrestling content, you probably know who Chris Van Vliet is. But vague goals give vague results. He said that in a lot of different episodes of Insight with Chris Van Vliet. He said it in several of those, several other podcasts or YouTube channels he's been on. That's one motto that he really hammers home. Vague goals get vague results. Now, why am I talking about this motto on this channel? Well, me and Z started this channel, which, by the way, you're not going to be seeing Z. It's just me, so hope that's okay. Me and Z started this channel, this podcast, really just to kind of have fun. For me, I've been doing sports content for the past 3 years on TikTok and on YouTube. Right? I made a podcast with it, and he saw me putting in work to get a logo together and, make the YouTube channel look good. If you want to go check it out, Jackie's got a sports show. That was the end result. It's not great. I got pretty lazy with the thumbnails, and I've gotten a little better in terms of graphic design. But I was making that, and it gave him the inspiration of possibly doing a podcast with me, and we had already known each other for, a couple of years now. But we made it, and we've been having fun with it, and I never thought it would get to this point. And I know that's crazy to say, being that we have only 77 subscribers and average maybe 5 views a podcast. But when I started this, in the first year of it, I didn't think it would get a lick of attraction. I really didn't. The YouTube channel itself, the podcast itself, us, I didn't think it would get any traction. I thought it would get traction on TikTok because everything gets traction on TikTok, but on YouTube I didn't think it would get any. But we're sitting here now where we have several shorts that have done thousands of views. We have several videos that have done hundreds of views, including one of our podcasts that has reached almost 200 views, I believe. Big Boys Ranking Fast Food Joints, which I still need to change the thumbnail because Snapchat doesn't like you using Bitmojis, which is why we changed the whole logo. Little peek behind the curtain. But getting way off track. But it's a lot of work, right? Especially for me now, because I make the shorts, I make the clip on Wednesday, and I make the video on Friday. It's a lot of work. But the podcast has always really been an excuse to hang out with who I consider probably number 2 in terms of best friend list. My wife is my best friend. I know that's corny, I know that's cheesy, get off me, but number 2 in terms of, the friendship ladder, my best friend. It's an excuse for me to hang out with him, do dumb shit with him, whatever. And now with the Friday video, we do a little extra, even though we record on the same day. But we never really set a goal for where this was gonna go. I've always had big ambition for this, a big dream for this that includes, live shows and a tour and, guests and maybe, whatever, right? I've always had ambition and had big dreams for what this could be, but I never really saw it getting anywhere close to the traction it has gotten. And it makes me think of that motto: vague goals get vague results. We never really set a goal, at least that I can remember, of where we want the podcast to be at the end of the year. And that's left it up in, you know, limbo, if you want to say. And now with YouTube, I think it's been cast into further limbo now that we're doing, not only the podcast and a podcast clip, but also a YouTube video that's mostly reactions. Of course, you're seeing this now. Probably going to see a couple of these in the future, some games or whatever. But it really has me thinking about what my goals are for this podcast, at least to the end of the year, or this YouTube channel, at least to the end of the year. So I'm making this video to put a video out, because I would feel bad if a Friday video didn't come out, both in terms of consistency and growth on the channel, and for the people who do come back and who do enjoy our content. I'd feel bad for not giving them a little something on Friday, other than a community post saying, sorry guys, got slammed, ran out of time, whatever. But also, I want to set goals for this podcast, for this YouTube channel, for this little community, this small little community that we've got building. And I think a way to start that is 100 subscribers by the end of the year. By New Year's Eve, 100 subscribers on the channel. Now, I started, to give you a little backstory, I was still doing sports content in the early days of this podcast, but I had a good talk with my guy, Tristan over at Thick Man Inc. Go check them out. They make great content. I had a conversation with him, and he told me to focus on one thing, because me focusing on trying to do the Jackie Sports YouTube channel and the Jackie TikTok, as well as making all the content that I want to make on here, it stretches me thin. It doesn't allow me to grow. It just allows me to spend energy in every direction and not have time to really, delve into anything. I made the decision to take this seriously. I still relatively post on the RL Jackie channels, but all my energy, all my attention, all my creativity is dumped into Red Light Homies. I made that decision, and we immediately jumped up by like 20 subscribers, and we had a short do thousands of views and yada yada yada. And since then, I believe we hit 33, and that was in April or May, I want to say. And so that'd be May, June, July. So that's a little less than 10 subscribers a month, but we've gotten 13 over this past month, and it just puts a lot of faith that there's something here. There's something here that we can take and we can grow and we can work on together, and it's very fun to do it with, as I said, one of my best friends. But I'm getting off track again, and I do apologize. I am tired. Vague goals get vague results. So I'm setting a goal right now. By New Year's Eve, 100 subscribers. I know it's not a big goal. It's not a life-changing goal, but that's what it is. That's the goal for the end of the year. And when it comes to our New Year's episode that we're going to put out, we're going to set some goals for 2025 in terms of this podcast and where we want to take it. So, and I want y'all to take that into your lives. I'm not going to take credit. As I said, vague goals get vague results. It's a motto that Chris Van Vliet has bestowed upon me and other members of his audience, and I shall bestow that upon you. Whether that goal is financial, relationship-wise, career-wise, whatever it may be, set yourself some goals. I was scared of it at first. I'll fully admit to that. I was scared to set goals because I was scared of not living up to them. I was scared of how I would feel if I did not live up to them. But that's part of the journey. Me and Z, when we discuss goals for 2025, more than likely, we will not achieve some of those goals. But we're going to achieve a lot of them. And I know we are. Podcast out every Monday, 12 p.m. Central. Clips from the podcast come out every Wednesday, usually a segment that I really like, that I find entertaining or interesting. I put out on Wednesday, and on Fridays, you get videos, whether that be reactions like the past couple times, or stuff like this, or quizzes, or whatever. Leave some suggestions in the comments if you want to. Subscribe if you're new. Make sure you like, comment, and share. All the engagement stuff really helps us out. And y'all have a good weekend.